Hi, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life. I hope you're well. Today I am talking about the health benefits of time restricted eating. Now, time restricted eating is a form of intermittent fasting. You may have heard of it, where instead of eating lower calories for a few days a week, which was the classic intermittent fasting, you eat all your food within a certain time of day. So, for instance, 10 or 11 till 6, maybe. And you don't have to count the calories. And I'm finding that it's a lot easier for many of my clients than trying to do intermittent fasting methods like 5-2 or 16-8, where they have struggled to restrict their calorie intake over a whole day. I know I find that really hard, and it feels like real deprivation. It feels like a real struggle. So I think that's because as women of a certain age, we may have more hormone fluctuations. Well, we definitely have more hormone fluctuations. And it's sometimes it can be rather more important when we eat rather than lowering our calorie intake, which can put more stress on our bodies. So fasting is something that's been done by humans across the world for thousands of years. As a cave men and women, we would go days sometimes without eating, and our bodies are used to that, and the systems are set up for that. So we had to fast in the old days, so we didn't have 24 access to food like we do now. And fasting has become popular amongst many health gurus, including Dr. Michael Mosley, Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, and Dr. Zoe Harcum, all of whom promote TRE in their books. So, what are the health benefits that we're talking about? Well, there have been a few studies, or quite a few now, mostly on animals, but there are more and more human studies being done showing a whole host of health benefits from fasting for portions of the day. One study in particular I was interested in actually showed that eating earlier in the day had more benefits than eating sort of midday and onwards. So I think that's a very individual thing though, because I know some people thrive on missing breakfast and then eating later, and then others bodies are better at metabolizing foods earlier in the day, and then sort of weaning off later in the day. So it's very individual. So you've got to kind of find what's right for you. But if you want to try it, there are some really good health benefits, including weight loss is one of them. Your body's able to burn more fat more easily when you're running out, if you're fasting and running out of sugar stores. It reduces inflammation. It better manages your blood sugar. You're able to detoxify better. You've got more control over your appetite, improved heart health, improved immunity, better brain function, and protection against aging and particularly stress as well. But we do need more human studies to really evaluate all the effects. It's kind of early days still for this. So if you want to give it a go, how do we do it? Well, overnight fasting has really become a bit of a trend recently because it's a much easier way to do this, to fast while you're asleep, basically. So the idea is that you leave a 12 to 16 hour gap between dinner and breakfast or lunch, and do that sort of 3 to 5 times a week. You don't need to do it every day. So that might mean having dinner at 7 and then not eating again till 7 a.m. Or if you can leave it to 16 hours, that means 11 a.m. So while we've always been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, actually sometimes, again, it's really individual. Some people don't like to eat breakfast first thing, or they don't feel hungry first thing. And that if you're that kind of person, you might want to just push your breakfast further up and make sure you're only drinking kind of liquids and not eating, and that will extend that fasting period. And it may look very different in your life. You've got to fit it into your lifestyle too. So you might have evening commitments or work shifts. So adapt this as, if you're going to try it, adapt it to your lifestyle so that it works for you, because there's no point doing it if it's hard. If you're new to it, it's wise to start gradually and then sort of just start with the 12 hours and then gradually increase that time period once you're comfortable with it. As I said, the longer you leave it, the more benefits you seem to get. So if you can get to that 16 hours from 7 till 11, for instance, the research suggests that you're more likely to benefit. Although some of the doctors and the experts think 12 hours should be enough for most of us. But again, experiment. You can have liquids during your fast, but only water, herbal teas, black coffee or tea, because any milk in there is going to have an effect on your blood sugar. So some fasting sites suggest you can have up to 50 calories without breaking your fast, like a little dash of milk or something in your coffee. But I haven't seen any evidence to back that up. It just seems like it might just break that fast. I've been trying to do it every sort of in the weekdays when I can go to bed early and get up and start work and have that set routine. But on the weekends, it's impossible. If I'm going out and having a drink here and there, then it's really hard. So if you can fit it into a few days of the week where you have that routine, then that's great, and it kind of will fit in nicely. Just to say, this doesn't give you license to eat whatever you want in the period where you're eating. So I see a lot of other people saying, oh, you can eat whatever you want in your 6 or 7 hour window, whatever. Yeah, that's great if you if that still works with the fasting period, but it's not very good for your health in general. So we want to just make sure we're still getting those nutrients in, we're still eating as healthily as possible in that time frame. And what you don't need to worry about is calories. So you want to be looking at what's, it's nutrient dense and, nourishing for you like we would normally. So this is who it's not for. So you've got to be careful. It's not for everybody. If you have any of these health conditions or have suffer any of the following, then you do need to get advice from your doctor. And I wouldn't advise you do any fasting. So if you have diabetes or if you're hypoglycemia, dizziness, irritability, low blood sugar, if you're underweight or have an eating disorder, if you have a thyroid condition or suboptimal thyroid hormones, or if you have high blood pressure or heart conditions, or you are super stressed or anxious, this might actually stress out your adrenals even more. So I wouldn't go near this. So if you're healthy and you want to give it a go, do watch out for any symptoms like fatigue, anxiety, or hormone issues like PMS or irregular periods. If this happens, stop the fasting immediately. You may need more frequent intake of food. So just really be mindful of what's happening. Keep a journal if that helps you work out any patterns or triggers. So if you've had a good or bad experience of time restricted eating, do comment below or drop me a message and let me know. If you'd like to have a chat with any of our team about getting some help with your hormones or losing weight, then do contact us and we can send you more information on that. Otherwise, have a great day. Take care.